All right, guys, welcome back into our fantasy and Supercoach updates here. And we had two cracking games, that of the Bunnies and the Dogs. Obviously a pretty close one. We can definitely see the quality of the two differences in games there and teams with the Bunnies, Dogs, and the Broncos, especially over the Cowboys last night. But in terms of fantasy scores, there are a few good ones in this game, a few that are relevant, and a few poor ones from those that we wanted to score well or did well last week, that's for sure, and Mr. Jacob Carraz. But Damien Cook last night was incredible, 84, brings his average back up to a 55, and he'll stop losing money now, which is ideal for anyone who stuck solid with him, and hopefully he didn't sell after that second week, but I do understand why you would. A low score into a off the bench performance, that makes a lot of sense, but it just shows that the class that this man has, and he should be playing 80 minutes on a weekly basis in this team. He's still clearly one of the top sort of 3-4 players in this side. So, yeah, keep him on there as much as he can. He doesn't even look to me that he gets that tired compared to some other players that play big minutes, that's for sure. But he's the big one. And then Reid Marnie, 62. Brenton will be spewing. I know he was talking about him in the preseason, being a Dogs fan as well. And the last 2 years, he started really well, Reid. And it's happened again. So he tends to fall away through the back end of the season. But right now, he's doing great. 62 in this one. Congrats to the 4% of owners for Reid. And yeah, 54 average across the first 4 weeks. And makes another sort of 20-odd K this week. Be pretty comfortable. So 57 tackles for 2 misses is massive for him. And in this type of game, playing 80 minutes, very, very impressive with a forced dropout as well. No attacking stats. So congrats, Reid. Big one, guys, is Jack Whiten. So we spoke about him in the preseason and then forgot that he was suspended for the first few weeks. But we were wanting center and then the half dual. That would be cool at 520 or 532K it was before last week. But he just showed his class in this one and what he's able to do in the center position. So, tackle numbers are solid. He's got to run the footy. You know that. Defensively, he can get the odd, turnover tackle. And then 2 tries, obviously. So that's a big uptick. But going forward, if the Bunnies can sort it out, Whiten's going to be a very interesting player because he looks great. Yeah, he looks great in the centers, and he's such an important cog for this side. Murray, guys, 60 in 61 minutes. So PPM was awesome. I was so happy with the way he played in this one. Obviously, getting the ball early, as soon as they went to pass to him, I was like, oh, there's something on here. The defense looked in a bit of disarray and was able to hit Tommy Burgess on that short ball. So congrats to Tommy there on that try. But Cam there, sorry, team. Cam there, an awesome effort in this one to get 60 in the 61 minutes. The 46 tackles for 1 miss, the 96 run meters. It just looked like he had a little bit more at the line, was able to half get through tackles. Obviously only the one tackle break there, but was able to half get tackles, get to his front. He just looked better in this game than he has in others. Let me know if you agree from a footy standpoint there for sure. Even with his knee kind of issue there. And I think that was probably why he ended up getting the early rest. And there was also a lot of work early, I believe. It just looked like it was back and forth across that first period. So they did decide to give him the rest at 32 minutes. And that's the worry with that 32-minute rest, is that you can, it's very unlikely coming back before halftime. And then it's usually at least 5 or 10 minutes after halftime that they're going to make a sub. So that's where you get the 61 minutes, sadly, there. But we'll take the 60. He's averaging 58, one above what he was priced at to start the season, so cannot be complaining at all with Cam Murray. Maxi King, an incredible game for him in this one. Base stats are up, an offload, 3 tackle breaks, 59 in 54 minutes. So back up to a 49.5 average there for the year, and he'll get closer to that 700K, and it makes himself a little bit more worth it to begin the season now. Tracy with 2 tries as well, so sad. Unfortunately, that wasn't going to Carraz, but he just shows his worth in a team as well. Just gets through a bulk of work there at 216, a mountain of work, and get some tries on the back of that with a nice little chip kick on one of them. That was cool from Taff. So I'll shout out Taff as well. He actually played a better game in this one, and I've been critical of him the last few weeks, and I wanted to shout out him and having a pretty decent game, and obviously one that they lost as well. Tommy Burgess with a nice try, as I said, 53. That's going to bump up his average up to 28 now. Latrell, man, he could do so much more, couldn't he? You got the try saver and turnover tackle near the line there, so that's just that easy, 10 points for him with that tackle as well. So take away that, and it's 41, and you're like, well, in this game when you're playing the Dogs, you should be getting more than that. You obviously take out the defensive things aside, and 97 run meters there. He's got a forced drop out. He's got 3 kick defusals. He's got the goals. Just not many run meters for the tackle breaks. So he'll randomly have some low gains, but he does seem to be involved in a bit of everything, especially when he goal kicks as well. So 51, it's 52 average for the season. Pretty good overall. He'll lose a bit of money this week as well, given he scored low last week. But yeah, if you started with him, you're doing good. Burton 50, so a much better game for him. He gets a little bit cheaper after the last, all the slow games to start, averaging 40 there. Definitely keep him in the in our minds, but obviously a try in this one is going to bump him up. Preston, another 49, 68 minutes again. So until he gets 80, guys, he's not going to be one that we want to look at, but he keeps scoring well, averaging 49 there. Colin Matungi, anyone who jumped on after last week, that's 4.7% of you. You still take the 48 for sure, but no big attacking stats, no crab runs in this one. Drew Hutchison, the 45. So Drew, the man, he talked about the man Drew, the money man machine. Is this the new Ben Murdoch-Masila, but actually scores points in this one? 45 in this one, averaging 36, guys. So we're back up. 37 into a 45, and did pick up a little line break in there. Thank you. With a little offload on the inside. Thank you. 24 tackles, 2 misses. Much better on that front. Kicked the ball, 221, so gets 7 points out of that. Running for 94. So many times he was caught by the bootlaces and could have been another couple of tackle breaks or an offload. He looks half threatening. Like there's a couple of chances there where he almost could slip through the line and get a line break and potentially a try. So it might happen one of these weeks. It might happen. They have the Roosters next week though, so that'll be interesting. But good to see him making some money, and I think he's a clear hold for a little bit. There's other fires in our teams, that's for sure. Sam Hughes, I'm not talking to you. Who? Sam who? Sam Hughes. Oh God, making myself laugh on a Saturday morning. Happy Easter to everyone as well, for anyone who celebrates. Crichton, 43, much better game for him. So he's an interesting guy to follow as well. It's 3 line break assists in this one, a try assist, a couple offloads, good run meters now, 151. With a 43, he'll start to slow down his price drops, but he'll be very much under 500k soon and becomes an interesting one. Curran got a good down date. He was at 50 in this one. So pretty much everyone in this game went down. I think Hutcho was 47. Murray went down 1. Curran went down 9, which is wild. So, 50 to a 41 doesn't sound as good, does it? And I think he had a really good game as well. He's very helpful to this side. Not too much else to say. He's a clear hold. He's not a buy. That's it. Same for that with Totola. He's going to be up about 20k after this week. What a legend. 41 for him, averaging 38.5. So it's not ideal, but getting through his work. Just where's the run meters, bro? 67. Give the boys a tackle break or an offload, and that'd be nice. Kurt Mann, another 52 minutes from him. As I said, kind of in the previous video, kind of is important for them. He changes things up. He gets a little bit of chaos around the middle, which can be good. It obviously can stifle their attack sometimes, but for the most part, he was actually, he'd either make that run and make it a bit awkward for the defense, or he would get it out to the outside man in Hutcho or Burton. So I think he played a good game, that of Curdy. And if you started with him, done well. Over 100k in gains. Good stuff. Host, Hawkins, Walker, Duncan. Good efforts from him. 34. He got 2 turnover tackles in that. Blake Taff, 33. So he was okay. Makes a bit of cash ola for yous. Anyone who has him. Karaz. It's bad weeks. It's 20s or 90s. That's all I kind of was thinking with him. He just doesn't look good. And then last game, they just gave him good ball in a little bit of space, and against a defense that was really, really poor, he was able to dominate, and not good. Like he probably makes a tiny bit of money after this, if that. Not one to buy from here. He's just too volatile, unfortunately. And for those that did grab, I did see a few grab him last week, and understandable after a big score. But we're seeing this at the moment, guys that get massive scores and then just go back down to earth. And Karaz just doesn't have the clear base at the moment. He got burnt by White a little bit. Obviously, second half he moved out over to the wing again. And for both Karaz and for Salmon, that's absolutely killing them. Both games they've gone to that side. They've had a shocker. But Salmon was already missing tackles beforehand. So Jamin, he was starting to make money for us, and that's just cooked it, that 22. So he goes back in the bin for money making. Needs another 30 odd in the middle. Keep him for 40 minutes in the middle. But he scores way better in 40 minutes in the middle than 20 odd minutes in the middle, and then 40 odd in the centers. He scores way better. So just doesn't miss tackles. He actually gets involved. and the like. So that's that with those two. They're both holds for now. We've got so many more issues, and really we'll finish this video off with Adokar, unfortunately, going down with a head knock. We should see Blake Wilson come back into this side. Likely on the right, move Connor Tracy back to the left, and that'll be how it plays out. But yeah, just sad to see him have a couple of issues. The shoulder and the agony was in that, into a concussion. It's tough times for Addo, and I hope that hope that Josh comes back fit and firing. And then Sam Hughes, guys, 8 in 14 minutes. He even got the down date overnight. How good with the error and the missed tackle. So yeah, not good. He's going to start going down in price now. So he's a priority trade out target. If you've left some cash in the bank and you haven't gone for Blaze Talangi, it is now Sam Hughes, the guy that you have to worry about, not Taylor May. Let's move to the next one. Broncos and the Cows in this one. And you're looking at 38-12, which was a drubbing, an absolute smashing. And it was led by Reynolds and Carrigan, both scoring really well, 67 and 62. Reynolds averaging 60 for the season. What a legend. Obviously missed one game. Is that right? Yeah, one game. And then Carrigan was the captaincy option of the week. He got outdone by Terrell May by 3. But, man, it's safe watching Carrigan, knowing he's going to be playing massive minutes. Didn't have to finish out the game, obviously, with the Broncos up by an absolute truckload. But, yeah, 62, happy with that. 2 down date overnight. And another game, this one here, just all down dates. They're giving them extras in the game, sadly. Don't give us false hope, guys. Don't give us false hope. Drinky went down 1, I think, 58 for him. I got him in the head-to-head side. He had a bit of a shocker, to be honest with you. 5 errors in this one. But when he did hold on to the ball, he was great. So, yeah. That's probably all we got to say. Like, he's in everything. He's ran for 212 meters, was great. 50-odd in that try. 8 tackle breaks, a couple offloads. Like, he's doing everything, but a bit too much with the errors. And a couple of them are just pretty simple, to be fair. I suppose he gave us a pretty good highlight moment, passing it to Cobbo for the track down, amazing try saver from Dearden, who has taken a step up this year and doing great work with the 50 fantasy points there. I don't think he's an option. Like, he's made sort of a decent amount of money now, and yeah, nothing to look at from here. Smoothie got a try. Ruben Cotter, 46, the 4-point down date overnight. Rough. That 50 looks so pretty, and now the 46 is like, oh, sad. But yeah, still good. Still good. 40 tackles for him, 2 misses, 100 meters and a penalty. And the penalty was early too, so frustrating. But no tackle breaks, an offload to ground. So yeah, if he gets anywhere in the tackle breaks or an offload or so, maybe a try over the next few weeks, we could get him into the mid 50s to 60s, which would be cool. But 48.5 average for someone that we paid under 600k for. We're taking that to the bank for sure. And a better score than last week at that 40. So that's good. Nanai with 46, so he's had a pretty solid start to the season, wildly enough, mainly in base. So just a try saver. The rest in base, no run meters, 41. So yeah, they didn't really get it out too much to their outside men because they were getting smashed. Robson, 43. Okay, we finally had a game we didn't get attacking stats and still was able to score 43. So you take it. It's not great. He was pretty low at halftime, I think, so he kind of helped things out in the second part, and even when they're getting smashed, he still plays the 80, so he's safe as houses that have a good security system each and every week. Robson is 46 run meters, no tackle breaks, no offloads, just yeah, one of those games. But thankfully the misses weren't there for him, which they were in the back end of last year. Val Holmes, 41, a bit of a shocker as well. Penalty, 3 errors, couple of misses. Yeah, not good. Got that nice try. That was the highlight of the game there. Murray Talangi going down the outside, putting that nice kick in for Val. Fletcher Baker, someone to think about, but obviously a try assist in this one. Got into 41, so it would have been 34 in the 41 minutes without that pass over the top. And you look at that 34 and you're like, it's not that great. So 41, it's like, oh, that's nice. But yeah, it's been 2 weeks now without Haas. It won't be too much longer. So I think we just avoid any of these forwards. Sailor got 38. Yeah, completely solid. A few things could have gone his way as well that didn't. Then you got Taumalolo played 49 minutes in the end in a game and he was still on at the end. So it's wild how Peyton does this with his with Taumalolo. That some games that it's 20. I understand that, well, what I don't understand is in this one they're getting smashed. Why not take him off at the end if that's what you're deciding to do? He's still making big runs in the last minute or two. So yeah, strange. If you grab Xavier Willison, you got 32 out of him. 32 out of Jensen in the 48 minutes is not good, but tackle numbers were low. Didn't need to be high for the Broncos, especially guys off the bench, depending on when they come on. And how many tries the team was scoring at that point. But Xavier 32 in 34 minutes, working hard. 4 misses, not good. But yeah, 3 tackle breaks. You know what you're going to get, some type of attack from Xavier. And that was good again for him in this one with 32. And then you've got Ricky, another low one. So yeah, just avoid, sell, panic. One of the 3. Ezra Mann with a try saver, so 9 points in that, plus a try, and still gets 29. It's just gross. It's not nice. Jaden Hunt shouldn't have bought. He'll only be there a few weeks, it looks like. We didn't speak about him anyway. Fuaki. So this was my worry. And if you did buy him this week, unfortunate. Unfortunate that this was the week that it went low, but they were against the Broncos who smashed them. So that is definitely a caveat. The big win here is the minutes at 68. So if you can get that on a weekly basis, I do think he's a 35 scorer comfortably for the most part. Some games with a little bit of attack, so you get the odd tackle break, the odd offload, because he doesn't do that much in Q Cup. Run meters seem to be fairly low on a general basis, but yeah, he ran for more than an eye, so that's something. But this is a little bit more of what I was worried about with Finnair. If he does go a few 26s in a row, then that's where his price rises start to stay stagnant. So hopefully he gets better than that on a weekly basis. Laybart, not getting much ball, is he? And when he is, they're just swarming him. So it just shows that some defensive sides are absolutely all over it. And that's what it was like on this right side. There was a little bit more space on the left, which is funny because, different weeks are different things because they have better players, obviously in Holmes and Talangi being Origin guys. But just some space opens up in certain spots for different teams and the structures that they run. Obviously, it's interesting. That's for sure. Jesse Arthurs with a try and a line break and a 22. He's back to his best. Jesse, yeah. Cobbo, this was a worrisome one. 6 errors, my goodness. Obviously, could have had... and that's with like an 80-meter effort too. He got 20, so that's disgusting. Hopefully, he'll bounce back next week. I think he will. But that's that on the fantasy side of things, guys. We'll leave that there. And then on the Supercoach side, we're in my team too, the Schnackenhausens, and of course I've got the low to mid tier scorers. I do think that they didn't even give Hutcho his offload, which was clear as day. The little floater over the top. Current 50, fine. He was projected for 54. Totola, 45 off the bench. I decided to play Hutchison over Totola, so 1 point difference at the moment. That's pretty funny. But White in the 103. King was probably the most relevant one on the other side there with the Dogs. And then Karaz, 34. So a little bit sad for that. But again, they're all holds on that front. And then you've got, Totola with 45. Latrell, 70 was solid. Not sure if he'll update much, maybe with an offload. And then Murray was 75, Cook with 82. So great news on that. White becomes an interesting one over the next few weeks at his price there at 529. It's fairly high, to be honest, but still a solid one to look at. And surprisingly, this Broncos-Cowboys game in the wet as well, is something to think about with those scores as well, guys. It seems to change things a lot, and sometimes, not great scores for different outside backs and the like. So there's that to think about. But the Broncos and the Cows, Reynolds is good. Carrigan was the big score, 77. We'll expect him to get somewhere near the 70 mark each and every week with this type of, with the team that they're rolling out without Payne Haas. Mariner and Arthur's getting lower in their scores, and Arthur's starts to stop losing, making money. Laybart I had in this game, he's just been a shocker for me since round 1. Thank goodness I got the round 1 score out of him. But I traded him in after that in the head-to-head team, and that's been, not good. Robson, 44, so a bit more down to earth for him. And then Fuaki for anyone who played him in that. Really, the big ones is Holmes, he'll get about the 60 mark with an update and an offload or something. And then Drinky, 72. So you'll take that. It's a bit of an interesting game so far for the fullbacks in Supercoach. You got Drinkwater, 72, Latrell, 70, I think Teddy, 67. So, plenty happening in that. Any updates in that team, that game yet? No. Teddy was 67. So, hopefully I've got Ponga and Turbo, so hopefully some big scores on that front. But that's the update from Fantasy and Supercoach, guys. I hope you enjoy the 3 games today. And is it 3? No, it's only 2, isn't it? Only 2. And then 2 Sunday, 1 Monday. That's right. I keep saying 3. So enjoy those 2 games today. And have a good one.